Into the Flames, Citadel of the Executor, the following night.
Entaro Adun, Executor.
Entaro Adun.
Your defense of Antioch has restored my faith in the Templar caste. I admit that Tassadar's desertion had shaken my faith.
Indeed, Algaris. I would hope that the Judicator would put more faith in their Templar brethren.
Tassadar, where have you been?
Be silent, Judicator. There is no time to waste, and I have much to tell you. As you know, the Zerg vanished after the fall of the Terran world of Tarsonis. And though the Conclave bid me return home, I was compelled to remain. A powerful psionic call drew my attention to a remote barren world named Char. Apparently the call was answered by others as well. For upon Char, I encountered those who were once our brethren, the Dark Templar.
Consorting with the Fallen Ones is heresy.
Enough! Hear me, Executor. For I have learned much from the Dark Templar prelate, Zeratul. The Overmind controls its minions through agents called cerebrates. Strike down the cerebrates, and the swarms will surely fall.
Executor, Tassadar may be right. If you can keep the Zerg occupied, my force may be able to penetrate their perimeter and slay the abomination.
I pray we can trust you, Tassadar. Already I can sense the taint of the Fallen One's influence on your mind. You must return to Ire at once.
My concern is for the safety of Ire, not the judgments of the Conclave. I will return when the time is right.
Damn. It's hard to respect anybody more than one can respect Tassadar, because this dude is just, he marches to the beat of his own drum. Chaotic good. He's like the epitome of chaotic good. He'll do whatever he needs to do, whether it fits within our Protoss rules or not, whether or not it fits within our Protoss traditions, or whether it fits with what we believe is the proper and right way versus what the Dark Templar have chosen, which the Protoss consider the heretical way, heresy, stuff like that. So as you can see, the Protoss, I mean, in just these first couple of mission briefings, you can already tell that the Protoss are constantly bickering about something. There's always something. There's like 3 different castes of Protoss in their society. You've got the Executors, that would be us. We're the ones that manage the armies and things like that. There are the Judicators. I don't even know what the fuck they do, but that's what Aldaris is, the guy that's here. The one that's like trying to give us orders and stuff like that. And then there's the Judicator, Executor. The third one is lost on me right now. Praetor? I believe it's Praetor. I don't know. I really don't actually know the full layout, the full structure of the Protoss layout. I don't really know the whole thing there, but they each are a different caste, and each of them have different things that they think and do. They all try to work toward the greater good, as they should, because you can't be a race that gets this far, technologically speaking, without getting your shit together. But they are constantly at each other's throats. They don't even... I don't know. Let's just continue. I could talk more about that sort of thing. Let's just continue. Distract the Zerg while Phoenix gets into position. Kill the Zerg cerebrate. Phoenix must survive. But Tassadar doesn't take any of that shit, was my point. Protoss Reavers attack by firing explosive scarabs at their targets. To build scarabs, select the Reaver and press the Build Scarabs button. Okie dokie. 15 minutes until Phoenix is in position. Well, then let's have some fun. Control 1, Control 2. Got to start off with the good old-fashioned probe building. And we'll look around our base. We found some Zerglings.
I long for combat.
Okay, we have to keep the Zerg busy while Phoenix gets in position. I don't know what it means to keep the Zerg busy in this context. Let's see. Distract the Zerg. Okay. Aha! See, Zealots can get into these kinds of fights and then be just fine in a little bit once their shields recover. Let's keep looking around. Probably gonna want a pylon. No, let's get a gateway early. Ooh, look what we found. Where? How dare you! Attacking my gateway as it's warping in. You're surrounded, little Zergling. Okay, I love that they take the kid gloves. They take the kid gloves off for the Protoss campaign in this game, because you've already gone through 20 missions. You know how to play Starcraft now. I mean, maybe not like an expert, of course, but you understand the game by this point. So even in the early Protoss missions, they're not afraid to test you. Tip: build a shield battery to recharge your unit's shields. Thank you for that. I had totally forgotten about shield batteries. Let's take that advice. In fact, as I recall, a pair of shield batteries was always best. Maybe one at each location. Now we'll just do this. I don't want them like that. I want it like, maybe like this. Get a zealot, and we obviously are gonna need a new pylon as well. Let's put one right here. Tip: select a unit and right-click on the shield battery to recharge that unit's shields, or use recharge shields and target an area to recharge all of your units in that area. Recharge shields, these guys. They're already at 100%. Recharge shields over here. Oh, it does work. That's cool. Hydralisk comes in trying to deal damage to our dude, so we can also right-click the shield battery, and look at all of his shields come back. Man, shield batteries are cool. Okay, so here's what we've got to defend. We've got a southern ridge. I don't gotta worry too much about that, but I do want pylons back here in the event that we require photon cannons there later. Let's get another zealot. Alright. Protoss building is slow going because everything is so expensive. And a simulator becomes increasingly necessary, as does a cybernetics core. We require 200 minerals for our cybernetics core, which we have just now achieved. We'll tuck it behind this tree. Playing Protoss is a lot of fun. Playing all three races is a lot of fun. I'm a Zerg main, but I love playing the other races too. I just love playing Starcraft. It feels so good. Alright. I wish I had a scout unit of some kind. In fact, do I have my Citadel of Adun yet? I don't have my Citadel of Adun yet. I need that for the Zealot speed upgrade. Once Zealots get speed, they become much more useful. The default movement speed isn't that great. Waiting for that to finish so I can get a Dragoon, but I don't have gas, so we might as well start a Zealot there. And let's get another gateway. What else do we have available to us? We've got everything we need. A forge. We need a forge. Okay, now we've got gas coming in. We've got some units here. Let's grab a little scouting expedition. Okay, you don't want to go, you go. Let's go do a little scouting mission out here. See what they can find. Now I can make Dragoons and get their range. Gotta bring the Dragoon back, heal up its shields with the shield battery while we defend. Do it again. Meanwhile, our Zealots downstairs have found something. Alright, this one Dragoon was able to tank that whole attack thanks to this shield battery. Just had to do a little bit of micromanagement there. Got another Dragoon on the way. We need to get our ground attacks going and singularity charge for the range. We are low on minerals and gas, making great use of our resources. You will be control 4. You'll be control 6. So 4, 6 zealot. There we go. Rally up here. Rally right here. All right, now we're good. Meanwhile, we found an expansion for us.
Thus I serve. For Adun. Honor guide me.
Got our scouting party moving out. In fact, I'm gonna give them. Okay, good. We found a sunken colony on the ridge here.
Make use of me.
Dragoon. Maybe we do want to build a nexus out here sooner rather than later. So let's get a probe drilling out there. Okay, we're good. He gets through whatever. We'll set a probe nearby to wait. And our scouting party has just grown a little bit. Whoa, there we go. Go back to ailing zealots. Okay, I'm actually quite okay to push out with what we've got. So let's get our zealots in group 1. I was going to say hydralisks in group 2, but that's not what they are. Alright, we'll wait for some minerals to come in. We need 400 for the nexus, as opposed to a hatchery's 300, although a command center does cost 400 as well.
You have not enough minerals. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. You have not enough minerals.
Those sunken colonies are doing a great job taking out my zealots. Okay, our front line has been destroyed. Let's also get us a pylon here for protection. Excellent. What do our upgrades look like? We're getting melee 1 finished. Now we'll get ground 1 finished. Ground armor, that is. We need these zealots in good health and in good number. In fact, we can come back and recharge shields. Everybody who doesn't need a shield recharge, stay on the ground, please. Everybody who does will grab this, go recharge. God, that's cool. I love shield batteries. Okay, apparently Phoenix is going to be in a position soon, or in position to make his attack soon. We got 1 minute to go. Okay, we can get this guy working, and we can use this nexus to begin producing more probes. We're going to Maynard some probes over, because as we know, that's more efficient. I don't need to make any attacks right now. There, this is going to get our economy really going. And since we're going to have 2 nexuses mining, let's put down another pylon over here. You know what? You know what? Minerals are a problem. Let's start.
We are in position. I await your orders.
Ooh.
What would you ask?
Ooh, Phoenix has arrived. And he's ready to attack. You must build scarabs for your reapers before you can attack with them. That's correct. Here are the Protoss's long-range siege units. Massive AoE damage, and they can fire from outside defensive structure range. They must construct these scarabs, which cost 15 minerals apiece. We're a little behind on supply now that Phoenix has arrived, so let's drop these. And we'll take this opportunity while we're supply capped to make another... Actually, we don't want to put it in the way of the shield batteries. To make another gateway. There it is. Some cannons at the front of the base.
not enough minerals.
There. More probes. More probes. Should have a probe over here waiting to mine. No, we're okay. There. Now we're feeling pretty good. Alright. So, for 15 minerals, you can build a scarab. And that scarab just goes into the Reaver's scarab storage bay. They deal 100 damage, which is a lot. So you can select them all and just spam the R key to build scarabs in all of them. Okay. And this is what they do. First, let's draw. Let's draw the Zerglings out. Get them, scarab. That was a lot of minerals. But yeah, those explode in massive explosions. But Starcraft has a glitch that was never fixed. It has never been fixed. Sometimes those scarab shots will just dud for no damage, even point blank inside a group of units. It can get right in the middle. Sometimes a scarab will just not deal damage. It's a glitch in the game, not a thing that they programmed in. But here's the thing. Back in 1998, that glitch is actually what kept these units balanced. So it was just never touched. A glitch has been around for 20 or 30 years. I don't even fucking know how long it's been. Since 1998. Don't do math on stream. And I'm not streaming, I'm recording, I know, etc., etc. But yeah, that's what balances these out, is their glitchy mischance. The chance for their scarabs to actually dud. Isn't that crazy? I love that about these guys. Anyway. Or let's say Dragoon 6, Dragoon 7, Zealot. Okay, and 7 gets this out here. We're probably about to pincer this Zerg base and make really short work of it. Let's get our units down on the ground. We've got scarabs. We've got Reavers full of scarabs now. And we gotta wait for all this shit to happen. Yeah, sure, go scout. Owned. We make a scarab there.
Instructions. My life for ire.
Here it goes.
Instructions. I have no command clause. Your warriors have engaged yet. For Hardoon.
So we are attacking this base on 2 fronts right now. We're gonna go 4, 6, 7. We are rallying units in. This is a pincer attack on this Zerg base. And this is the Protoss death ball that people lament so much in multiplayer. The fact that you just build a ton of Protoss units and move them to whatever location you want to go to, that's the Protoss way. The trouble is getting enough resources to build an army this big, but thankfully in this mission, they just give you half of this army. Oh, Phoenix fucking died! I didn't God. I forgot he was in there in the mix tanking. Oh my god, I cannot believe we just did that. I was just talking about how OP Protoss are and how easy it is to win with their death ball. And that's still true, because remember, in multiplayer, you don't have an instant lose condition of losing one of your units. So what I said is still true, but it was still a little bit of, you know, karma, like instant karma, wasn't it? Yeah, but in this mission, they just give you half of a Protoss army like 15 minutes in, so you don't really got to worry about the resources in this one. But that is the strength of Protoss. The trick is getting the resources and the time to build up that Protoss death ball. You just can't let a Protoss build up like that. The same way you can't let a Zerg build up like that. But for different reasons. Zerg will overwhelm if you give them time. Protoss will overpower. And the strategies you use to stop either from happening are different. And the strategies you use to try and push back either once they've occurred are different. So, yeah. I guess we'll just keep this here. Now that we know exactly what we're doing, we'll stop this probe. Let's get the gateway started early. Start a probe here. And we're going to focus more heavily on economy this time. I do like the early missions of a particular campaign because it lets me talk a lot about the race itself. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. See, you have to keep babysitting these guys.
have engaged the enemy.
Alright, we know there are some early attacks that come in, so let's get our guys ready to fend those off. Another pylon. Another probe soon. That's right, the shield battery is absolutely necessary. That was super cool last time. Now when I actually focus and I'm not commentating, you can see I make full use of my minerals. Spending them as they come in for very useful things.
Not enough mineral instructions.
Shield battery will be very handy. Got a couple of patrolling dragoons out here, just to make sure those early attacks don't do too much to us. We have enough for another pylon or another gateway. I choose in this particular moment pylon. And we aren't going to stop making probes this time around. We're going to fully saturate this. Another one on the way. Necessitating the construction of another pylon, because we're at 25 of 33. Excellent. Now there's another ramp from up here, isn't there? I believe there is another ramp up here. Let's get a pylon up in the northern portion of things. Aha! They're trying to take out this pylon. I'm gonna cancel its construction just so it doesn't waste 100 minerals. I didn't really have to do that. It wasn't that pressing of an issue. 1A, 2A, very useful. Now let's get that cybernetics core since we have the resources for it. It's always a little bit painful to pull some probes off of minerals to send them over to gas, because then you gotta... Your mineral flow starts feeling good, but then you gotta take 4 of them off to go get gas, and now you're rebuilding mineral flow again. But it is, of course, worth it every single time, so no actual complaints. Shield battery number 2, where you were originally. More probes, you just don't stop making probes. Unlike the Zerg, we can't make 3 at a time. So you gotta be on top of the probe game if you want your economy to be in good shape. Good tips for you aspiring Protoss players out there. Do we want to start building units yet? No, we want to focus on upgrades for the time being, which means a forge is necessary. It's 200. Oh, it's 150 minerals. I thought it was 200. Boom. Tuck that one behind the tree this time and let the cybernetics core sit out in the open on this one. Make another probe.
Not enough minerals.
Get another pylon around here. Once that forge finishes, we can put some defense down. Aha! I love refilling their shields mid-combat. That is really fun. Is that another Muta that we saw? Or was it an Overlord? I thought I saw something at the edge of the fog of war there. Interesting indeed. Got another Zealot at least. Zealots cost so much. 100 per. If you don't know how to build up an economy, 100 minerals for 1 unit is hard to reconcile. I do remember that being a struggle I had when I was younger here. Playing missions like this one. I remember it being very difficult. I didn't make nearly enough workers in 1998. Workers are the key to everything in Starcraft. So let's control 4, let's control 6. Should be a gateway coming out soon. Didn't I set one down? Thought I set a probe to come do that. Did I do that wrong? Is the probe stuck somewhere? I think he's stuck in the back somewhere. Nope, I did something way wrong. Oh, there he goes. He finally made it. He finally made it. Control 7. All right. 4, 6, 7. Upgrade complete. What upgrade? Let's get another probe. It doesn't matter. Let's get ground attacks. Oh yeah, singularity charge for dragoons. So let's start pumping dragoons now that we have the upgrades for them. We've also got enough minerals to start dropping some static defense.
Not enough minerals.
Put it on the north side, just in case anybody comes up this ramp. That's really what I'm most worried about at the moment. This will finish up and we can make another dragoon out of it. As the other two are still making theirs, it's just a little more efficient to do that. Get another probe. Just got to keep making those probes. We're going to go through these minerals really fast. Let's go get... Let's take these guys and all of our dragoons, leaving a couple of zealots behind for defense. Let's go get that expansion that we know is around there. We'll just A-move toward it. Zealot, zealot, zealot for our front line that we just moved away from base. We'll wait for some minerals. Keep our units grouped. There we go. Nice little flank going on. That was really well positioned on my part, I must say. Okay, let's get them up that ramp, see what they can do.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy. My life.
We are quickly filling up our supply. Okay, we can grab us a probe to come do the workout here. Ah, that was an overlord. Look at that. Excellent. Get some dragoons on the field. I will soon. 125 per dragoon. Excellent. We're gonna start looking at upgrades again soon on the forge. Man, Protoss upgrades feel like they take a long time. That might actually be a thing. Okay. Okay, this dragoon still hasn't found its way down the ramp. I issued the order for the other units to move here ages ago. This one's finally making it. He's still trying to get together with these guys. He walked up that ramp a little bit. This one's finally gonna make his way down, right? There he goes. Jesus. Look at this one. It took him like 4, 5 times longer than the others. Just waiting for that 900 minerals. There we go. And soon we'll Maynard some of these probes. See, now we're like burning through these minerals really fast, and we're spending them all, which is the important part. It's difficult to spend all of your gas in this mission, though. You just don't have any units or structures that require a lot of gas or upgrades or anything like that, so you spend what you can. In fact, since the gas intake isn't, we'll just let them do it normally. Whatever. It's gonna make that a little less efficient, but honestly, it's not a big deal. Oh, I've got enough minerals. You are lying to me. Okay, this one's half done. Let's give it more time than that. Move these guys down here. We don't really need a ton at base to defend because we've got cannons. This is a good force to defend with at base. Have them patrolling. But cannons can pick up the slack elsewhere.
Executor, we are in position. I await your orders.
Excellent. My orders are to wait there and continue awaiting my orders while I set up our probes for success over here. Control 1, Control 2. Off my probes go, drone drilling their way to success. Right, we are supply capped now, since Phoenix's forces arrived. So Phoenix's forces, let's get some scarabs. Oh, we can't build more scarabs until we get more minerals, of course. Whatever, though. Looks like the attack has already begun.
What did you ask of me?
Now we try again. This time I have Phoenix on group 3 so I can monitor him very closely. I do want him in here doing his massive amounts of damage, of course. I don't want him directly tanking all of these attacks, so we'll pull him back now that his shields are low. But then we'll send him running back in once he no longer has aggro, so he can do all that damage. Pulling him back. Let's go finish off this, because that's what's doing most of the damage. Phoenix is nearly dead, but it looks like we did a lot better this time. Careful, Phoenix. They're trying to drop units. Get somewhere you don't have to worry about that. We're gonna go 4, 6, 7. Upgrade complete. Let's go hit this again. Not enough minerals, making sure that Phoenix is safe and constantly recharging my scarabs. I could probably have used my Reavers better, but I'm not a Protoss player, so it doesn't instantly come to mind to use them. Looks like we got another base here. Alright, that's everybody. Everybody hold still. Phoenix, you are really hurt. Go pay a visit to the shield battery and then come back. Use them both if you need to use all of their energy, and then return. That's the idea. Still producing from my gateways. Now we do have our second mineral patch, which is really good because we needed it. Let's bring some probes out here and distance mine for a little bit,
You have not enough minerals.
while we construct another nexus here to finish off this mission. Hey, stop, 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 stop. Stop! Stop dying! Man, I controlled that really poorly.
Your command immediately.
Alright, Phoenix returns with full shields. Grab a probe, waiting for 900 minerals, which happens to complete, or
My life for ire.
happens to be fulfilled just as we get here. We're waiting for the creep to recede so we can place this nexus. And in the meantime, we are just letting units build from our gateways and rally to this location.
Warriors have engaged the enemy.
Okay, do you frickin' mind? Let's kill these things. Don't move up, you stupid Reaver. Use your range. That's better. Now you are vulnerable, so stay back. Another nexus. Stop. I feel like that's the most efficient spot for it. We'll build a pylon here, a pylon here. Look at what the Protoss can do. This one probe is setting up a whole Protoss base, and it'll just warp on in. We're still making our units, making great use of our supply and our minerals. Phoenix in a good spot, most of these guys in a good spot.
Executor.
Okay, we've got some Dragoons that need to go to Group 2 and join the fight. This base is doing fine. I don't think it needs any defense unless there's Mutalisks that come and attack, which isn't impossible, but I'm not concerned about it. Leave some forces back at base, of course. Let's get everybody together. Alright. What the hell are you doing up here, Dragoon? Why are you all like this? It looks like we're really low on zealots. So let's change that. Zealot, zealot, zealot. Maybe another one too. There we go. Again, making good use of our minerals. Alright, now we can Maynard some of these probes over to the new expansion. Not a lot. 4 is probably good. We got some more minerals out that way too. So this base is just about ready. Let's give us a shield battery. That's really handy to have around. Can we make another? Yeah, we can. Good. Not sure we'll need it. Here come more probes to further our economy. And soon we'll have a second or third reinforcing wave of zealots. Yeah, here we go. And with that, we're in a good shape to attack and finish this off. Oh, there's a Cerebrit right there. Looks like I didn't need to do all this. Thought there was like a bigger base back here, but I guess the map is kind of tiny. I expected there to be a lot more back here. My mind went too far with that. In we go. That's what a Cerebrit looks like from the outside. Look how vulnerable they are without their army.
I will remain behind and observe the effects of our attack. Return to the Citadel. I shall notify you when the brood becomes erratic.
Oh, that's just your theory, isn't it? And it's true. The brood will become erratic without its Cerebrit. We did have that one Zerg mission where we had to go destroy Zaz's. I think it was Zaz or was it Dagoth's? Either Zaz or Dagoth died. I think it was Zaz. Zaz was killed, and then we had to go wipe out Zaz's brood because we could no longer control them as the Overmind. Or the Overmind can no longer control them. So taking out a Cerebrit like that destroys an entire Zerg brood. The Zerg themselves have to go deal with it after that. Isn't that freaking insane?